and welcome to Let's Talk Spook. I'm your host, Don, and today we are going to talk about 616 Wilford Lane, which I watched on Tubi a few days ago, and unfortunately it was on their soon-to-leave list, so I don't think you'll be able to find it on Tubi at the time you watch this video, but I wanted to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it. As per usual on Let's Talk Spook, we break things down into 6 separate categories. Those 6 separate categories are story, acting, music, atmosphere, look, and finally creep. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into 616 Wilford Lane. So it opens with text about a papyrus scroll that was found saying that the quote 666 is the number of the beast was a mistranslation, and it's actually 616, which made me laugh out loud. So then we move into a security camera footage of a teen killing his entire family and then himself in this house. Then we cut to 6 months later, where we have a woman dying in a hospital bed, and she appears to be surrounded by her family, 2 girls and 1 guy. She dies, and they're trying to move on. So the dad, the dad, I guess, is like, we're gonna move, and goes to this town, runs into this realtor, who convinces him to buy the house that we see in the opening, but she doesn't disclose to him that murders happen there, which anybody who knows anything about realty knows that you are required to disclose something like that when you sell a house. But since they didn't disclose that, it's a problem. The girls turn out to be this guy's teenage daughters, which we'll see them again on this video real quick. No, that's the guy again. Those are his teenage daughters right there, and they don't look like teenagers. They look like they're in their mid-20s, teenage, right? And then let's see if it shows the one that's all sex appeal. Hang on, it shows her at the beginning of the trailer, but let's see if it shows her again. All right, well, when she pops up, I'll point it out. There she is. Yeah. So then some spooky things start to occur. It's a pretty standard plot, but I loved the ending. The ending sold me on this movie, because up until then I was like, whatever, this is standard. I've seen this before, and nothing special. But the ending sold me on it. At the end of the video, I'll tell you guys the ending if you really want to hear it. So 3 out of 5 for story. Acting, it's not great. It's not like the best acting I've ever seen by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely not the worst I've seen. So 2.5 out of 5 for acting. Music, as per usual, nothing to report. I sometimes think that maybe music shouldn't be a category, but then there's some movies that just have such spectacular music that it just sells you on the movie. So I keep it in here. But 2.5 for music. Atmosphere. This movie is surprisingly engaging, even though some events don't make a ton of sense. So 3 out of 5 for atmosphere. Look, no real special effects or CGI. There's blood splatter that it shows going across a camera from the security camera, but it looks fake. So 2 out of 5 for look. Finally, creep. It's a little creepy. It's got a build and an atmosphere, but it's not scary. It's just a little creepy. So 2 out of 5 for creep, which, if you did the math, hopefully I did it correctly, that gives us a 2.5 out of 5 skulls for 616 Wilford Lane on Tubi. Okay, so the ending of this movie, the reason I really enjoyed this movie is because it turns out that these three are actually grifters, and they knew that the place had a murder happen in it, and they moved in and bought the place on purpose so that they could rip off the realty company because they knew they would sell it to them without a disclosure, which was a really good twist that I didn't see coming, and 100% explained the teenage daughters that don't look like teenagers, because it turns out that they're not teenagers. So I really, really loved the twist ending. It really sold me on the movie. Okay, thanks, bye.